So it's the new year and you want to build muscle and you want to burn fat, but your 9-to-5 job is stopping you from this. I'm going to give you 6 steps that you can use today to help you start making the gains that you deserve for 2018. Cue the intro. Now before we get started, just want to give a big shout out to Squarespace for supporting this video. But on to step number 1. You have to be honest with yourself. A lot of the time, I've done it before, you start coming up with excuses, it's like you're in denial, you're using a 9-to-5 as an excuse for not being where you want to be, or your motivation is not strong enough. So for those that don't know, I'm now 33 years old. I started working when I was 15 and I was in 9-to-5 work after uni for at least, I think 5-6 years before I decided to take the plunge into self-employment. So I've been there and I've done it and I've made excuses. But it came a time that I really just had to sit down and be honest with myself and realize where I wanted to get to and honestly what it would take to get there. And then step number 2, a realistic time frame. The whole social media world, just the internet in general, the age that we're in now is everything is fast. Your goals are not gonna come quick, especially if you've spent 5-6 years in a certain habit that's created a physique that you're not really happy with. That's 5 years. You can't reverse that in 2 months like a lot of these adverts say. It takes a lot of time, especially to do it properly. Anyone can just lose weight, and I've got another video on that if you want to check it out. Anyone can lose weight, so you need to be patient with it. So you need to have a realistic time frame. If you have 30 pounds to lose, that is possible to do within a 3 to 6 month period, but that's being very goal orientated, and you're ready to just put every ounce into it. You need to be honest with yourself. So let's go back to step 1 and actually ask yourself, are you ready to go all in, or do you need to take little steps? Do you need to feed it in slowly so that you don't reverse backwards straight away? So then, using the example of losing 30 pounds, you might take 9 months or a year to lose 30 pounds, but you're doing it a little bit slower and it's a lot easier for you to manage. Do you get what I'm saying? Step number 3, talk to your boss. I'm gonna tell you a little story right now. I'm gonna tell you a little story. So I was working in recruitment for 2 years. Very high demand job. It was 8 o'clock till sometimes 8 o'clock again. My job before that was enterprise rent-a-car, and that was even worse hours. But let's just keep an eye on recruitment. I would come in with all my meals prepped, and I'm gonna get onto that in a second, but I'd come in with all my meals prepped, ready, and I would just have intervals. So I'd have my breakfast before I got there, I'd have a little snack when I got in, I'd have my lunch, and I'd have my dinner when I got home. But I also needed to eat outside of these times. So I said to my boss, is it okay if I have a little meal by my desk? He said no. This is what I came back with. I don't smoke cigarettes, but my other colleagues did. They'd go outside for sometimes 15 minutes at a time to have a fag break. I'm still sat at my desk, and I was like, okay, so if I smoked, I'd be able to have maybe 4 cigarette breaks during my time of working. That's outside my normal breaks, but you won't let me do something healthy for my body. That no run with me. You're gonna give me my little meal breaks that takes me 5 minutes to eat at my desk, so I'm still working. Or maybe if it doesn't smell right, then I'll go to the kitchen, but that's still 5 minutes. Count that as my cigarette break. Otherwise, I'm taking this up to higher levels. Don't ramp with me, And success. I got my wish granted, and I've done that in every single job. Trust me on that. Step number 4, pardon my French, but cut this shit. You need to prioritize a lot of things. You need to cut a lot of things out which are unnecessary. Now, before the keyboard warriors start typing, but Gabriel, I need to spend time with my family. That's not what I'm talking about. I have a kid as well. He's 2. Oh, by the way, if you guys actually like the whole family vlogging and the Dad Life series that I've been doing, Dad Life 2 is coming soon, but I've also got another family vlogging channel. If you guys want to check it out, just click the link in one of these corners and subscribe, and there's going to be new videos every week. Anyway, so I've got a 2-year-old. I'm not talking about cutting the time with them, but how many of you watch EastEnders? I'm talking like UK soap operas. EastEnders, then the American sitcoms, Big Bang Theory, Hollyoaks, that's another UK one for you American guys out there in other countries. That's UK, Hollyoaks. There's all these sitcoms and stuff that come on around about 6:30 to all the way up till 9 o'clock, Holby City, all of those ones. If you watch these and you're telling me that you don't have time to go to the gym, then I'm not listening to you at all. We will not talk, because all you need to do is cut those and you've made time. Remember, the gym is probably about an hour. You can get in and out with an hour, depending on where the gym is. Like obviously if you travel far, but find a gym that's local to you. You could get in and out within an hour, hour and a half tops. It could even be not going to the gym. It could be going for a run. It could be going for a walk. It could be cycling. It could be anything, being active. We're not just talking about gym, we're talking about being active. But the problem is, majority of people don't want to give this up because that's part of their current routine. But you're gonna have to make a change. Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna be real good. It's gonna make a difference.
Stop it. Get some help.
But you're gonna have to make a change. Something's gonna have to be different. And that is one thing that you can cut out straight away that just eliminates that, but creates time. And then look at other areas in your life where you might spend an hour. How many of you do this? One sec. Now I'm not saying this to be all high and mighty and stuff, because I do exactly the same thing. But you just scroll through Instagram or Facebook aimlessly. By the time you look at the time, it's been an hour of scrolling. For what? Cut the shit. That's what I'm saying. Cut the shit. Look at aspects in your life where you can create time and create it and use that to get fit and active. Step number 5, preparation. This is key. If you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. That's the saying, right? It is a saying. It's true. Very, very true. I would, at my recruitment job, let's go back to that job again. Actually, all my jobs, I'll prepare my food the day before. I would cook in batches. So I'd batch cook and I would have my meals ready for the following day. Back then I wasn't really a fan of like cooking for the week and then freezing it and stuff, because it didn't have that same fresh taste. So I decided I wanted to just make my food the night before. But plan your meals, batch cook, and mix it up. Like there's the whole thing of good foods, bad foods. All right, let's break it down simply. This is probably a whole different video in itself. So yeah, there is a slight difference between good foods and bad foods. So the way that I look at it is you've got whole foods. So you've got, stuff like chicken breast, chicken thighs, beef, rice, potatoes, beans, vegetables, that kind of stuff, the homegrown, non-GM, non-chemical stuff. That's what most people call good foods. Then you've got the bad foods, which is the stuff that we all love to eat. The chocolate, the little sweets, the stuff that's probably put you in the situation that you're in now because you've overindulged in it. The one mistake that most people make is they go, I need to go good foods. But you haven't been doing that. You haven't been doing good foods. You've probably been doing bad foods with a little bit of good foods. So it's all about balance.
Listen, you need to know the balance. Balance. Not West balance.
And you need to mix up good foods with a few snacks here and there, because that's the only way that you're going to be mentally sane. As soon as you say this is bad and this is good, and you're just eating good, you will want bad. I guarantee that. You will want to indulge heavily in bad. If you just see everything as food, but you know that this one is slightly better for you, and then you've got the others which are kind of like treats. It keeps it balanced and it keeps you sane. As long as you hit your macronutrients, which I've got a separate video for that as well, so I'll tag it or put it in the description. As long as you hit your macronutrients and you hit your calories, you're good. You're good. Step number 6, precision. When I say precision, I'm specifically talking about time management. And this kind of links in with a couple of the other points of cut the shit, find time to do things, but also manage your time better. One of the key things that I did when I was working at Enterprise, when I was working at Carphone Warehouse, when I was working in recruitment, when I was working in other sales jobs, was go straight from work. The worst thing I did one time, and I never did it again, is I went home first because I left my gym kit at home. I did actually leave my gym kit at home. Left my gym kit at home. I went home. I sat down. Game over. Done. You're not getting up. That's it. Done. Go straight from work. have your gym stuff ready, have like a little pre-workout shake that you can have, or have something to eat about an hour before you, like at work, and then go straight to the gym. If your lifestyle doesn't allow that, like you have to go and pick up your kids or whatever, just don't sit down. As soon as you sit down, it is game over. Stay active, do something. Like, I remember a couple of times I've had to go home and I would just stay standing up. Okay, I'll go and do this, I'll go and do this, and I'm still standing up. I didn't sit down. As soon as you sit down, done. And I thought I'd leave you with a little bonus tip. The bonus, find the right motivation. Find a real reason. Better yet, there's a video in the description box, how to regain your motivation, I think something along those lines. Go check out that video, and I guarantee that will help you to find a bit more purpose in your motivations for why you're doing it. Because if your motivation is wrong, as I mentioned at the beginning, you're pretty much fighting an uphill battle. You might still win the battle, but it will make things a lot easier on you mentally, physically, to find real motivation behind it. So check out that video, it's in the description box. But that is it, my 6 tips and the bonus tip for how you can overcome the whole 9 to 5 I can't gym cycle. And finally, big shout out to Squarespace for supporting this video once again. If you guys don't know who Squarespace are, if you check out GabrielSay.com, where I sell my online coaching ebooks and all that kind of stuff, I built that using Squarespace in 3 days during the free trial. So basically, Squarespace are an online website builder and they are so easy to use. I've used other systems in the past which has taken me months and months to create a website, but the templates, everything is just so seamless. The user experience is just flawless. So if you guys do want to check it out, you do get a free trial to see what it's all about. And if you do decide to go ahead with it, make sure you use Gabriel Say to get 10% off your first purchase. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. If it does help, make sure you share it with some other people so they can also make gains with their 9 to 5 job. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.
Whipping excursion. I gotta pick up that person. In the trap, whipping that working. You're not a gangster, you're just an internet version.